Here we are. I've asked Joe if he'll come, but I haven't seen a message come back yet. So, how did we go with our lessons for the week?
All right. My one was if you retain guilt, you cannot be you. But what actually came to me, and I can't even remember how during the week, was be kind in my mind. And I don't even like it because it's so rhymey, but it's stuck. And then I keep noticing not doing that. And I figure, well, that's a step in the right direction, isn't it? And it
Yeah.
works for everyone, everything, for myself, for everyone else. Mm.
I
I
like
like
it.
it. Simple.
Yeah.
Mine actually ended up, it's a little bit like that because mine was guilt stands in the way of you remembering God, whose pull is so strong that you cannot resist it. And it was coming back to me for just checking in with myself to see how I'm feeling. And it's not just guilt, it was fear, it was worry, it was stress. And because this is end of financial year and I've got to talk to every single client, and I was feeling stressed. And then when I realized that this is not helping me, that I get the work done every time. I did a timeline process on it. So, and being stressed about it just makes it all harder. So I stopped being stressed about it and I could focus better and I made less mistakes and I was having much better conversations with my clients.
Wow.
And I felt more connected to God. It was just, duh.
Wow. I love it.
Congratulations. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yay.
Yeah. We make things so
Well,
complicated, don't we?
yes, we make everything very complicated. My lesson is interesting. I hadn't really even thought about it that much. Um, but then I found myself reflecting on the end of last week and yesterday and today. And I said to Robert, I said, you know what? I absolutely love what I do because I always said I wanted to come back like Deva Perel so that
Mm,
I could sit in front of a group with a beautiful voice and chant about devotion to God in Sanskrit. I thought that would be
Mm.
the most ideal career I could ever have. And then I thought today it was like I told Robert, I said, what I'm realizing is that my coaching is moving evolutionarily to a higher level when all I'm actually really doing, clients will present something and I can see all the patterns from their childhood showing up in their emotional patterns they're experiencing now. And then I tie that back to the perfection of God giving us another opportunity to heal the unhealed wounds from our childhood in the now experience as adult, whether that's in a corporate arrangement with a team or with a sporting team or any of that. Like we're always reduplicating our environments that wounded us the most. And I think that that's grace. And then I said, oh, God, I think I talk about God all day. Like
Mm.
that immortal aspect of us, I'm talking about it all day. And
yeah.
I hadn't really realized it till today. And it made me really happy. So my lesson was you are immortal because you are eternal and always must be now. I'm still holding on to that one. Um, and I think that that is like I'm doing it without knowing I'm doing it.
You've been
So,
practicing long enough, so now you've incorporated
yeah,
it.
God, you think I have to be the worst possible student because I have to do this all day long so that it goes in me. I mean, I must be like as dumb as a block of rocks because God puts me in this environment to say,
No,
okay,
you're
Gary,
not.
repeat it again. Maybe it'll go in a little bit deeper. Okay, here's another day, Gary. Like, do it 5 more times. Is that because you're so dense, you fool? I really do believe that. I think someone said, oh, you've been meditating so long. I said, no, I've been sitting cross-legged for a long time. But half the time I'm sitting cross-legged with my eyes closed. It's no meditation. And I thought, I must be the worst disciple in the world because
Not at
after,
all.
since I was 17 and I'm now 75, I still I still can't still my mind worth a damn. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to sit and do it anyways.
Mm.
And I think, for all of us, that's kind of I think that's kind of a good wisdom because we're going to fall down. As long as we get back up and put out the effort again, then I think we have a lot of grace that comes to us. And
Mhm.
I do believe that whatever we're doing, whatever state we evolve to, it has to be absolutely done with humility and absolutely zero ego. There is no specialness in what we're doing or who we become. I think it's all grace, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I keep saying to
Mhm.
myself, I'm going to go and I'm going to meditate, and suddenly my mind's going to still, and I'm going to see I'm going to see the master I was initiated by in his astral form, and he's just going to come to me out of the blue. And I know that's how it's going to happen. I'm going to be sitting there just as scattered as always, and then all of a sudden a light's going to appear inside of me, and I'm going to see the one who's taken me on as a disciple to
Mhm.
take me to the highest realms in time. And I'm like, fine with me. I will sit here and discipline myself.
Hmm.
Gary, I'm going to reframe that you are not dumb. It's that you can go deeper. And a lot of people can't. I will just sit on the surface. So that's
Well,
why.
no, I'm not dumb, but obviously the Course in Miracle lessons I have to constantly repeat on a daily basis to my clients, and that must be because I must need to know them so much more than other people, And I must not be able to absorb them. I will put this, embody it. It isn't about that we learn this. That
Mhm.
is, it's about the embodiment of what we learn that I think is so important. And nothing
Mhm.
else really matters. We could meet like this till the cows come home and never grow another inch. But it
Yeah.
literally is the embodiment.
Well, we
And that's
teach what it is that we care to learn
or that we
so
need to
often.
learn.
Teach.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that we
We
need to
always teach
learn.
what we need to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll quit rambling.
Mhm. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Linda, how did you go?
So mine was focus on relishing every living being. And apart from a
Oh, I
couple of
love
spiders
that.
that I killed, because,
Every
well,
living being, Linda. Every living being.
um, but yeah, it is about exactly that. It's such a simple concept. It's just what you've been talking about, Gary. Like it's just, and we do complicate things, and we try to. I think especially when we go into meditation, we're trying so hard to clear our minds that it's just never going to happen while we're trying too hard to do it. So
Mhm.
you just got to be, really, don't you? You just have to be.
I
Hmm.
Mm.
think if we're just being and longing for the Lord, because ultimately our kindness is about a sense of being kind to all things that God animates. And therefore, in that kindness, we're being reflective of what God is back to God.
Mm.
And so that's I think it's always still we do our best. And then when we fall short of that, then we pick ourselves up and we do our best again the next day. And
Yeah.
slowly, slowly, we start to grind away the ego.
Yeah.
Jane, how have you been going? It's been a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yes, yes. I having a physical malady for some weeks now that, kind of got worse. I have to say I was more aware of what the mind body connection, and that I needed to raise my vibration, and that, very possibly and most likely that a physical malady is simply just an being ill at ease, so to speak, and a couple of my family relationships, and that, yeah, and I, but then the one thing I do that I think would help everybody, and it certainly helps me, is to tell myself, like, it's not enough to say that I am, powerless over helping or hoping someone is going to change. It's like, stop. But what I do that helps tremendously is that I say, have the grace, have the patience, have the love, and be there, just be. Because as much as you extend love, like, you can do something, and that's exactly what it is to just be, and not have an expectation, and allow and understand that sometimes you have to hold the space for that other person, and you wish them well, you know and then I feel off the hook, and I start feeling better. It's like, okay, you know
Yeah.
um I had to, what, if we can have a humorous moment for a minute. Hold on just a second. Alan, he's got his headset on. I For the first time, Gary, I'm looking at you in a new light tonight. You
Uh-oh.
look so much like my partner, Alan. And it's like, I'm like, this is crazy. Alan,
He
come
must
here.
be such a stud.
Well, he's my stud, I'll tell you that much. Come here. I want you to, I don't know if it's light enough in here. Yeah. Or, oh, he's putting on another pair of glasses so he can see. Yeah, that's good. Come on over, honey. I just want you to see one of our guys. Okay, here we go. Get down here, sweetheart. Can you?
Well, there's no sitting on it.
Well, Alan, I'm looking at a twin here. You have the same goatee,
Yeah, we
brother.
got a twin.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, we do look a bit alike.
Yeah, I mean, you look a lot alike. And I just realized that tonight. I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I feel the urge to kiss Gary?
I truly hope you have more brains than I do.
I'm just joking.
Alan.
Isn't
Keep
that
a
hilarious?
lasso on this wild one.
I know. I mean, just the whole thing. It's like, the build and then the coloring and
Yeah,
everything.
the coloring. We're all white.
Anyways,
That's the
I
truth.
just I thought, we should take a humorous moment because of
We have
my
done that.
awareness level.
Nice to
Actually,
meet
one
you,
of my
Alan.
other
Nice
classes.
meeting you, Alan.
Nice seeing you all.
Okay.
Now I got to get back up. That's another issue.
Yeah, I know. You did good. You did good. Isn't that hilarious?
That is
Honest to
hilarious.
God.
Yeah.
We got
I'm going to turn on my fan really quick.
Okay, I'm gonna open up our little reading thingy.
I do think that's why we're here tonight.
I
Yes.
know. Yes, I really digressed.
That's right. That was only a couple of minutes. We've been digressing. Well, we haven't been digressing. We've been talking important things about our lessons, and really, that's
We
what
have
we're at.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're up to number 7 in this chapter about the guiltless world. Gary, did you want to start us off?
Sure. This course has explicitly stated that its goal for you is happiness and peace, yet you are afraid of it. You have been told again and again that it will set you free, yet you sometimes react as if it is trying to imprison you. You often dismiss it more readily than you dismiss the ego's thought system. To some extent, then, you must believe that by not learning the course, you are protecting yourself, and you do not realize that it is only your guiltlessness that can protect you. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
That reminds me of all the times that I was determined to be right instead of happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still do that.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Feels much better to be able to just change your mind.
Isn't it interesting though that our past has such a, even though we've moved forward and got to a place where we feel comfortable, where we love ourselves, where, life is great, we're still bringing forward from the past all those things that we were taught back then. And it's all about the ego. Think. My dad used to say to me, stop thinking of yourself and think of other people. And he meant that in a bad way, because he
Yeah.
didn't want it to be a reflection of him being a bad person, which he was. He was just a shithead. But he wanted people to like him, so he would never be himself around other people. So at his funeral, Mum and I are sitting there with my sister, and I actually turned to Mum and I said, who are all these people talking about? And she said, fucked if I know. Because it was such a shock to hear what these other people were saying about this person that we had a whole different perspective of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that sentence where it says you often dismiss it more readily than you dismiss the ego's thought system. And instantly I just went right back to the past and thought the way that we're taught some things sometimes. I mean, I've got friends who have had a wonderful childhood, and that is fantastic. And there are a lot of things about my childhood that were great when I was with my grandparents in particular, my granddad. So I try to think of him more often. There's little things that come through, like yesterday. I'm sitting here. I almost sent a text to Mum to say to her, I was just thinking of you and Granddad, because Granddad used to get this drippy nose and he didn't know that it was dripping. So I'm sitting here yesterday doing some stuff, and then I went like that, and I thought, oh God, I've got Granddad's drippy nose. Um, and that made me feel really happy because it was about my granddad. And it was just a little sign to say, everything's good, everything's fine. Here's your drippy nose,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
So trying to look back on those things and push them through that whole ego, the ego that's saying, oh, well, you've had a tough life. This has happened to you. That's happened to you, blah, 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 blah. You know, you shouldn't be as good as you are. You shouldn't be as nice as you are because of all these things that happened to you. It's like, but I am, because I have pushed through that to a certain extent. And when I get those little signs like the drippy nose, it's like, yeah, I'm on the right path. It's just a reminder that I'm there.
That's
So a
great.
great paragraph. I love that
Love
paragraph.
that.
I think it's really cool.
Hmm. That's wonderful.
Shall we go to the next one?
Yep.
We done with number 7? Yeah. Who wants to read number 8? Go, Coralie.
The atonement has always been interpreted as the release from guilt, and this is correct if it is understood. Yet, even when I interpret it for you, you may reject it and do not accept it for yourself. You have perhaps recognized the futility of the ego and its offerings, but
Mm.
though you do not want them, you may not yet look upon the alternatives with gladness. In the extreme, you are afraid of redemption and you believe it will kill you. Make no mistake about the depth of this fear, for you believe that, in the presence of truth, you might turn on yourself and destroy yourself.
Wow.
Whew.
Mm.
What do we all think about that? In the extreme, you are afraid of redemption and you believe it will kill you.
Well, they talked about that. It was there was some paragraph last week and the week before, I believe, that said the same thing, but just in a different way. This
Hmm.
whole, you, you're working toward death, whereas we're not working toward death. We're working toward our next. Well, we're working to our what do you call it? Moving on up.
Hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing though, it's like, in that last paragraph, and it's like, peace and happiness are yours. Just take them.
Yep.
You go, I can't do that.
Hmm.
Well, let me speak to that for just a second because I've had an experience of this from the point of view when you realize when you're one with all things, you lose your identity. Like your identity no longer exists. And
Right.
we're fearful of that. I am. I'm fearful of being a non, well, you're always conscious, you always have your consciousness, but in an ocean of other souls. Although it's the most loving thing you'll ever experience, you have to realize that is, well, for me, what happened was I felt like, well, okay, well, I'm there now, that thing that everyone strives to get to. I'm there. I feel unconditional, ridiculous, ecstatic love. And I'm not so sure I want to feel this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I want to disappear. And maybe I'll get bored. In fact, I'm sure I'll get bored. And so then then what does that do? And what does that mean? I still want experiences.
Mm.
And I thought, well, I'm just not ready for God then. That's just I'm not ready to go back and merge into the divine because I still want experiences. And I don't want to be a non person. And that's what happened for me in that moment I've told you guys about. Um, and it says, in the extreme, you are afraid of redemption and you believe it will kill you. I don't know about kill me, but it will erase me.
Mm. It will disappear you.
It'll disappear me. And if you really think about it, like if you had the option to merge into this ocean of ecstatic love with trillions of other souls, and that was all there was this ecstatic love, and you would be there for an eternity, what would you choose?
So why don't we choose it? Why is it such an
Because
effort to choose it?
because it kills what we think is us, which is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is our identity, our ego, our separation, our distinction, our uniqueness, all of that. That just goes away.
Yeah.
So if you really think about, and then then you think, well, would I be satisfied in this ocean of ecstatic love for eternity?
Mm.
Mm.
I'm like, no, I wouldn't be. I would still like to have sex periodically. It's like,
That's the thing,
I'm
though. There's
sorry,
so
that's
much.
that's just the truth.
Yeah. Well, you still want to do stuff, don't you? It's like, can I still do stuff while I'm in there? Do I
No,
have to just float
No.
around?
no, you just exist in this light of ecstatic, ridiculously a magical love. And I remember thinking, oh, I've been brought to God, and this is it. Like this is it. And feeling all this ecstatic love that was almost unbearable because it was so loving. And then I said to myself, I think I'd get bored with all this ecstatic love. As soon as I had that thought, boom, back down
Mm.
into my body I went because I separated myself with that thought.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So when we say, oh, all we want to do is go back to God, be careful what you wish for because
I
you
can
may get
envision
there and
that.
go, say
I
again,
can see that. I
Veronica?
can envision that. I can picture that's really helpful being like having no personality and just being one with everything and everyone who isn't everyone anymore. I can see that. I can do that. I'm
That
sure I
would work
can.
for you for,
Yeah,
would that work for you for eternity?
I think so.
Really?
Am I just done with this life? I don't know. But
Well, how about your
I'll
cat,
continue.
Veronica?
I'll
And your
continue having
horse?
experiences and I
No,
won't leave you.
it's true. And some people can, and some people would. That's why I know I'm not ready when people say, oh, I'm never coming back. I'm like, I'll probably come
Mm.
back
Yes, I'm.
because I don't know if I'm done here yet.
Yeah,
I really don't want to
Yeah,
hang
that's
upside
why
down in some woman's womb, but
you're not going anywhere for like at least 20 years, Gary. So you'll
that's what
still
I
be
think too.
be
I
here.
have another 20 years to go. 95 would be a great time for me to kick off. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We might
Then
have
maybe
finished
I'll
the
be
book
ready
by
to
then.
merge into the divine.
Yes, then you'll be ready.
Yeah.
With all the
Good thought.
experiences.
Good thought, V.
You know, V, I have to say I agree with you. And something that happened today really brought me even closer to it. If you can imagine such a thing, I'm in a store, a clothing store, and a department store, and I won't tell you like, bit by bit, these two strangers and I strike up a conversation. Well, we probably ended up being 25 minutes. And I don't know, what it is about me, but it is part of me being me that this is what I love to do. I love merging with other people. And at the end, when we were saying our goodbyes, we're all hugging each other. Goodbye. Now, that's odd, but I love it. So it may, this one woman, she was Spanish, and she spoke a little broken English, and another woman was from Florida, and was the sister-in-laws to each other, and I just feel like, I don't know, I guess I'm so open to it. Um, I yeah, so I can relate.
I guess I feel like I do kind of see with the horses because they don't have egos. So, they're just hanging out in the paddock and they'll pay attention to each other, but they're not. And even if one of them gets nasty about something, it's like, get out of my space, and then it's done. There's no grudges, there's no history
Right,
about it. It's just like, this is my space now, move over. And it looks vicious, but it's not, and it's gone.
You know
right.
what really intrigues me? So Swabby's overdoing this Mongolian thing, and his horse. So they were told right at the very start, don't try to mount your horse on the left-hand side or interact with your horse on the left-hand side. It's always on the right-hand side. That's where you mount the horse. That's where you interact with the horse. The left-hand side is where the horse gets, well, they clearly feel unsafe or it's not part of the routine, so they can get a little bit finicky. Well, Swabby's horse, like, he's quite incredible around any living thing, regardless of whether it's human or animal or insect or whatever. His horse will come up to him and move his left side around to let Swabby give him a pat and scratch behind his ears and, pat him down and all that sort of stuff. And people are amazed by that because they're getting constant visitors, or they are now, where they were for the last few days. It was too cold, so the nomads weren't there, but they're getting nomads back as visitors. And they're just amazed when they see Swabby. Well, firstly, because of his big grey beard, because they have, little goatees and what have you. They don't really see big beards like he's got. And just the way that he interacts with his horse. They're just dumbfounded about it.
Hmm.
And he's not a horse person. That was his
I was
biggest thing
saying
about
that.
going. Yeah, it was his biggest thing about going over there was actually having to ride a horse because he just didn't really want to do that. But him and his horse Wombat are great mates, and it's so good to see. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm.
It's the opposite here, though. You get on the left-hand side of the horse.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I
Is
always
it a
got on the
hemisphere
right-hand
thing?
side with
Mm.
my horse. Yeah, I don't know
Are
why.
are horses prone to being right legged or right hoofed or left hoofed?
Yes, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and most of them are pretty much right-handed as well. This is what I've got from Catherine, who's dealt with hundreds of horses. So yeah,
Yeah,
they can be.
yeah,
That's
it's
neat.
interesting, isn't it?
Mm. Shall we do number
Shall we go?
9? It's the
Yes, we
last one.
should.
Okay.
Yes.
Who wants to read that one?
I will.
Good on you.
Little child, this is not so. Your guilty secret is nothing, and if you will but bring it to the light will dispel it. And then no dark cloud will remain between you and the remembrance of your father, for you will remember his guiltless son, who did not die because he is immortal. And you will see that you were redeemed with him and have never been separated from him. In this understanding lies your remembering, for it is the recognition of love without fear. There will be great joy in heaven on your homecoming, and the joy will be yours. For the redeemed Son of Man is the guiltless Son of God, and to recognize him is your redemption. Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I like
wow.
that. Mm. Mm. Mm.
I don't think we need to break that up, do we?
No, but don't change it yet. Great. Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah. Carly's still writing?
Well, I'm highlighting, but I'm fine, thanks, because I've got the book.
New section.
Ooh.
Fear of redemption.
Oh, here we go.
Sounds
Down to
sweet.
the deep dive.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I should read this one.
Go for it.
You may wonder why it is so crucial that you look upon your hatred and realize its full extent. You may also think that it would be easy enough for the Holy Spirit to show it to you and to dispel it without the need for you to raise it to awareness yourself. Yet there is one more obstacle you have interposed between yourself and the atonement. We have said that no one will countenance fear if he recognizes it. Yet in your disordered state of mind, you are not afraid of fear. You do not like it, but it is not your desire to attack that really frightens you. You are not seriously disturbed by your hostility. You keep it hidden because you are more afraid of what it covers.
Oh,
You could look even upon the ego's darkest cornerstone without fear if you did not believe that, without the ego, you would find within yourself something you fear even more. You are not really afraid of crucifixion. Your real terror is of redemption. Really?
God.
Disappearing.
Yeah, it's everything Gary said
Fear of
before.
disappearing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the fear of being forgotten as well.
Yeah.
Right. We don't need to break that up by the sounds of it. We're contemplating it though.
Mm.
Jane, it must be your turn. Did you want to do number 2?
Yes. Yeah, certainly. Under the ego's dark foundation is the memory of God, and it is of this that you are really afraid. For this memory would instantly restore you to your proper place, and it is this place that you have sought to leave. Your fear of attack is nothing compared to your fear of love. You would be willing to look even upon your savage wish to kill God's Son if you did not believe that it saves you from love. For this wish caused the separation, and you have protected it because you do not want the separation healed. You realize that by removing the dark cloud that obscures it, your love for your Father would impel you to answer his call and leap into heaven. You believe that attack is salvation because it would prevent you from this. For still deeper than the ego's foundation, and much stronger than it will ever be, is your intense and burning love of God and his for you. That is what you really want to hide. Wow.
I'm hoping the next paragraph clarifies this one
All right. It'll be your turn again, Gary.
because
Let's do
it's a little confusing.
it.
Yeah.
And that probably means that there's something so deep in there that none of us can see it. At least I can't. Okay, so
Right.
number 3. You want me to read, B?
Yes, please. Yep.
Okay. In honesty, is it not harder for you to say, I love than I hate? You associate love with weakness and hatred with strength, and your own real power seems to you as your real weakness. For you could not control your joyous response to the call of love if you heard it, and the whole world you thought you made would vanish. The Holy Spirit then seems to be attacking your fortress, for you would shut out God, and he does not will to be excluded.
I think it's I think it's interesting that it ends with and he does not will to be excluded. Because isn't it true that God waits patiently for us? You know, we're his children. And this is saying he doesn't will to be excluded. It doesn't say, well, and he must be number one, or he must, or you must do all you can so he's not excluded. Um,
Sorry. I keep going back to the previous paragraph and sentence number 8. For still deeper than the ego's foundation and much stronger than it will ever be is your intense and burning love of God and his for you.
Mm.
yeah.
But it is like paragraph number 3 is quite right. I see the association between love being weakness and hate being strength.
Mm.
But it is actually the reverse of that. If we don't have love, then we don't have the strength. And hatred is our biggest weakness because it takes up more energy than we could really ever muster in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And all it does is build up the ego, and we lose relationships, um, the love for ourselves, all of that, because of how we were brought up, that, you've got to be strong. So, uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
this whole hatred thing, hate is such a harsh word. A delicate is the complete opposite of that. It's such a delicate word, but it is the all-encompassing. It's the empowerment of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thanks. That actually helps me, Linda, because when you think of when you're feeling hate and how much energy it does take off you, it can only possibly be temporary.
Yeah.
You just can't keep it going.
Mm.
It's gonna
No.
kill you, turn on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-destruct.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
self-destructing. And now that makes sense with what we were reading before, is that, when they're talking about this will kill you, is yes, hatred will kill you.
Yeah.
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 Well, if you've ever seen, have you ever been muscle tested,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And how you actually lose strength when you think
Mm.
Yeah.
hatefully.
Yes. Or if it's just not even true.
Mm.
Right.
I think when I kinesiology, I think I've even done it with you, Gary. When you get started on testing it to calibrate where you are, and you ask, am I a woman, am I a man? And it will tell you. Your
Yeah.
body tells you. So you know.
Mm.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
same with pendulum work. You can,
Yes.
I've gotten very accurate with pendulum work. I
Mm.
choose real estate agents with a pendulum. I do a lot of things, especially when I have a big decision to make. I will always write out each choice of the decision, or if it's about people, I'll get photographs of both people and I'll do a pendulum and see which one swings yes and which one swings no. And it's
Mm.
never been
Mm.
inaccurate.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very powerful, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, it is because it taps into another energy in your body that
Mm.
has nothing to do with your conscious mind.
Mm.
It almost taps into this internal frequency that we are. And if your frequencies match with what you're trying to make a decision on, you will, for me, I get a big circle. And for no, I get a back and forth. So I
Mm.
know kind of immediately what to do. It's been good
That
for me.
energy, that energy that we're tapping into, though, is love, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm,
Yes. Exactly.
yep.
Like, it's that powerful. It's so powerful.
Mm.
God, I'm so meditating after this. This has been really amazing, the readings that we've done today. It really has been.
Yeah.
It's just like, I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
blown my mind, but it's certainly resonated and created this. Yeah, it's just created something that I need to really meditate on. Mm.
Mm.
Yep.
Would you say it's heavenly?
Well, it kind of is because,
Mm.
and I'll go back to that sentence again in paragraph 2, for still deeper than the ego's foundation and much
Mm.
stronger than it will ever be is your intense and burning love of God and His for you. Now, when that was first read out, I just felt this overwhelming love, like this. I just felt like my heart opened up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of, yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Very. Mm.
We are actually almost at the hour, so that's going to have to be our last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I almost lost track of time. I just kept going because I didn't really have my lesson until Linda just read that one out again. So that's going to be mine.
And mine.
Thank you for that.
Mine's going to be there will be a great joy in heaven on your homecoming, and the joy will be yours.
I like that.
Beautiful.
Yes, and that was originally going to like that kind of, yeah, the recognition of love without fear.
Yep.
Mhm. What do you got, Coralie?
I think I'm going to take Linda's as well.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, you guys are
I'm
so
with you.
lazy.
Judgy.
It's actually been hard to pick something that I want to focus on for the week because a lot of it was quite negative language, and it's like, I don't really want to say your fear of attack is nothing compared to your fear of love. It's like, oh, I don't want to meditate on that.
Oh, live a little, B. Live a little.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let your hair down. Come on.
Cool. All right. We
Yep.
shall convene again next week.
Good to see everyone.
Oh,
You too.
always.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great
Love
week.
you all.
You.